Another brick fan with a Harry Potter set. This is the Hufflepuff House Banner. This is set 76412. It was released in March 2023. It has 313 pieces, 3 minifigures, and cost about $35 when it was released. This set represents one of 4 house banners of Hogwarts. It is in the orange and black colors that are associated with Hufflepuff. By canon, Hufflepuff is bronze and black, but LEGO has always used this kind of orange color to represent Hufflepuff. The other 3 houses are available: Gryffindor, Slytherin, and Ravenclaw, which I have also reviewed. These sets are a lot like the class books. So this is the Charms book that came out in 2021. And like the house banner, the inside of this Charms book has a bunch of stuff that represents a classroom. The banners are designed to represent the common rooms of the various houses of Hogwarts. So let's zoom in a little bit. And you can see here, let's get the minifigures out of the way. We'll take a closer look at them in a moment. But you can see all these various accessories that are here. Hufflepuff is very plant-oriented. So we have a picture over here, and then some vines and a little plant growing here. There's a pumpkin down here. There's a chair. They seem to like their snacks because this is a big table with a bunch of snacks on it. So there's a strawberry, a couple different kinds of cookies, a donut, maybe a bunch of cupcakes or perhaps ice cream there. Inside this newer styled chest, there's some scissors, as well as a spoon and a fork piece, which are nice to get. It has this new pitcher piece that I like very much, so they can water their plants. There's another kind of plant over here. It looks maybe more like succulents, like kind of a deserty type plant or cactus style plant. More vines over here on this side. A couple more photos here. Lots of these clear, the trans yellow cone pieces to represent lights, and of course the banner up there in the 1x1s. One of the nice things about these house banner sets is this holographic background that goes on each of these sets. So it just slides in behind the frame here. You can see I've got a little extra light back there, but this shows kind of the gaps in the build that allows this hologram to show through, or holographic card. And you can see there's a badger here that appears and disappears depending on how you have the hologram moved. And this is Hufflepuff, the wizard, the witch, that sponsored this house. As you can see, she changes position depending on where the hologram looks. So it does provide some movement to the model, which I think is very nice. These, of course, also fold up to create the house banner, and as such, all of these pieces fit in there, so we can take the table and fit it right in there. There's a clip here in the fireplace for the pitcher, and then these other pieces just connect down here to allow the banner to contain all of its pieces. And then we can fold this up, fold these down, and fold this up into our house banner. So we'll take a look at that. Here's the house banner when it's all hung up and folded closed. As you can see, it is done with these 8x8 plates. So there's 4 of those, and an 8x8 triangular plate down here to create that kind of banner look. There's this large tile here that is printed with the badger logo for Hufflepuff. And then kind of a decorative shield is molded out of these plate pieces here. So it makes for a nice little hanging display that you can put up. Interestingly, when it's set in this kind of display mode, one of the key features, which is that hologram, is not visible. So depends on how you want to display them. I kind of like them. I think all 4 of them look really good hanging up next to each other. But you can also have it open so you can see the interior of the set as well. Having said all that, let's take a quick look at the minifigures. As I mentioned, this set comes with 3 minifigures. We have Cedric Diggory in this nice, and we have Susan Bones, of course, with the red and black on this gray sweater. And this is Hannah Abbott, who I believe was in the Dumbledore's Army. So she was featured in the 5th film some. And she has, of course, the black house robes there for Hufflepuff. Of course, the Hufflepuff symbol here is hidden underneath her hair piece here, which is that long blonde hair. Nice thing is you can switch these up into, whichever uniform you want them to be in. So that gives you an idea of the differences here. And this is similar to all of the other house banners in the sense that you get one in this kind of a sweater or Quidditch outfit, I would say. You get one in the gray sweater, the black pants, and then you get one in the full black robes for each house. Moving around, you see there is no side printing on any of these figures. I do like this nice hair piece for Susan Bones. It is kind of a softer piece, so these move a little bit. Then here are the backs. As you would expect, there's just this little striping here in the colors. The back of the sweater is there. Here's Cedric's alternate expression. And then Susan Bones has this alternate expression. I do like the freckles with this kind of nougat hair, which indicates kind of a redhead, I would suppose. And then here's Hannah Abbott with a big smile on her face. And you can also see the hood there with the yellow trim for Hufflepuff for the back of the Hufflepuff robes. Overall, I think those are 3 very nice figures, and actually only figures representing characters that were only seen in 1, maybe 2 movies. I mean, Cedric Diggory, of course, was only featured in the Goblet of Fire. Susan and Hannah were kind of minor characters in a couple of the movies. So it's nice to see these characters that you don't get minifigures of very often. So that is one big benefit of this particular set. And there's no main characters in it. So that also is a big difference. Let's go ahead and go back, and I will give you my final thoughts on this set. Overall, a very nice set. I think the hologram looks really good, has some interesting effects in it. I like the kind of appearing and disappearing badgers there that are along the bottom. There is some really good emphasis on plants and food for the Hufflepuff house. The 3 minifigures are great. Most people will recognize Cedric Diggory from the Goblet of Fire. The other 2 characters, Hannah Abbott and Susan Bones, here are also played minor roles in a couple of different movies. So it's nice to get these characters that you don't get very often in Harry Potter sets. As to value of this set, so as I've mentioned on the other ones, this is around 300 pieces for $35, hovering very close to that 10 cent per piece, which I consider a good value. I do think these are priced a little bit high. The books that came out back in 2021 and 22 were priced at $30, so $5 cheaper, and tended to have more pieces, although the final build's a little bit shorter, but a little bit thicker. There seems to be more going on with the classroom book sets than there are going on in these banner sets that have the common rooms for the 4 houses. Overall, a very good concept. I would have loved to have seen these at a $25 price point. I just think that would have been a lot better, but you are paying for Harry Potter as a theme, and things are just more expensive right now. I think this is a great addition to any Hogwarts collection, any Lego Hogwarts collection, and they look really good on display. Like I said, I'm going to have mine hanging up near my Lego shelves. Hope you've enjoyed my thoughts on this Harry Potter set. I'm going to get started on my next video. And until then, happy building. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to see more of my Lego reviews. I've left a link to my Harry Potter review playlist up here on the screen.